Prepare to be amazed by the incredible feats of dogs. In this heartwarming tale, a remarkable hero dog leaps into action to save a helpless cat from a ferocious coyote attack. But that's not the end of the story. What unfolds next will leave you in awe. Join us on this captivating journey as we unveil this truly inspiring tale. Sherry Lewis couldn't contain her excitement when her son, Peter, made the decision to adopt a dog. Knowing her son's deep affection for animals, she believed it would be a wonderful experience for him to have a furry companion to care for. Having personally experienced the immense joy that a rescue pet can bring, Sherry understood the transformative power of love that these animals possess. Sherry had rescued a cat named Kitty, who had a penchant for adventure and roaming. However, being aware of the numerous risks for a cat in their Florida neighborhood, Sherry diligently trained Kitty to stay within the confines of their yard. Though Kitty still enjoyed the outdoors, Sherry ensured she didn't wander too far. With Peter now prepared to adopt his own pet, Sherry wholeheartedly supported his decision. She went with him to the local shelter and they looked at a bunch of different dogs, but then he looked around the shelter and he found a massive pit bull named Jack. The dog's tail started wagging as soon as he saw Peter. Peter couldn't help but fall in love with him, and he decided to adopt him right away. This decision made Sherry slightly apprehensive. She had promised Peter that she would take care of his pet if he had to go away, as long as the dog could get along with her cat, of course, but this was not the dog she had in mind. Jack was so much bigger than she expected, and he was a pit bull. Sherry didn't know much about the breed except for what she had heard on the news and in the media, and we all know what a bad reputation pit bulls have gotten in the media. Despite there being some incredibly sweet pit bulls out there in the world, it's normally the horrible stories that get published, and since many people who adopt these dogs want them to be more aggressive, they do sometimes become angrier dogs. Either way, Sherry was a little bit nervous the first time she met Jack, but instead of the aggressive dog that she expected, Jack turned out to be a real sweetheart. He just wanted to cuddle and be loved. He loved sitting on the couch with Peter and watching television, but as he loved a good cuddle, he was just as ready to go for a run or on another adventure. Sherry adored the dog as soon as she met him, but the real test was going to be if he got along with Kitty. They brought the cat over while he was on his leash and wouldn't be able to hurt her. They could quickly step in if Jack showed any signs of aggression. Instead, he just looked at Kitty, sniffed her, and then he lost interest. The cat didn't seem to care much about him either, and soon he was off the leash and neither of them took much notice of each other. It didn't look like they were going to become pals, but at least they could exist in relative peace with each other. It was a relief for the humans, and from then on, every time that Peter came to visit, Jack came too. The pets got to know each other well, even if they were completely indifferent to each other. Then they got some news that was going to change all of their lives completely. Peter was getting deployed to Afghanistan. He would be gone for a while and would need someone to look after his best friend. Sherry didn't hesitate as she promised from the start. She wanted Jack to come and live with her while they waited for Peter to get home. The dog was family, so of course he could live with her. But what Sherry didn't know yet was that the dog was also a hero, and allowing him into her home was going to be one of the best decisions that she had ever made. It was a few months after Peter had been deployed and everyone was missing him. Jack seemed almost stuck to Sherry. He missed Peter, and it was as if being with Sherry brought him comfort. Even Kitty was more cuddly than normal. She probably sensed that Sherry felt a little bit sad. Jack and Sherry went for a walk each day, and Sherry enjoyed the walk almost as much as Jack did. They would get some exercise. Jack loved the other dogs that they came into contact with. The first time a dog ran up to them off leash, Sherry got a major fright. Jack was a large dog, and if he got aggressive towards other dogs, Sherry probably wouldn't be able to control him. But luckily, the sweet dog had no intention of harming anyone. He just wanted them all to love him. His tail was wagging as the dogs got to him. They all played for a while, and then when their respective owners called them away, the dogs ran in their separate directions. It was nice to know that Jack liked other dogs and she could take them on walks anytime that she wanted to. But Sherry also had a great backyard where the animals could spend plenty of time and play. She could allow the cat to play in the trees and the dog could play with the ball. It was a great place to spend their time. Sherry was having some coffee outside one day with Jack laying by her feet and Kitty running around in the garden. Then suddenly a movement at the end of the garden caught Sherry's attention. Everything happened so fast that she really didn't even have time to react. Two coyotes came out from the bushes and grabbed Kitty before Sherry could stop them. They were some distance away, and Sherry watched in horror as the coyotes grabbed the cat. One had her by the neck, and the other coyote had the cat by the tail. They shook her violently. For a moment, Sherry was frozen in fear, but before she even had a chance to try and do something, Jack charged towards the coyotes. Sherry would later say that she didn't know that Jack could run that fast. He ran up to them and chased the coyotes off. They dropped the cat and ran out into the mangroves. Sherry jumped up and grabbed her keys and Kitty and drove to the vet. Jack got into the car with them. It seemed he was still in protective mode. The poor cat had lost a tooth, and she had swelling in her brain. She had to relearn to walk, but she would survive. Thanks to the quick action of the hero dog, she was luckier than many other animals in the area. They had a massive coyote problem in the neighborhood. There were small dogs and other cats that went missing from their own homes and backyards. Everyone started to worry about their small animals, but thanks to the normally sweet pit bull, the coyotes had retreated back to their home. That, however, didn't mean that they wouldn't be back. The community got together to set traps in the mangroves where the coyotes went off to. They wanted to make sure that the coyotes could get taken away and the pets in the area could be safe. In the meantime, there was another protector, making sure that the coyotes didn't come back to his yard. Jack's memory of the traumatic incident remained vivid as he remained vigilant throughout. Even after the coyotes were captured and taken away, he continued to survey the area, ensuring their absence. However, a remarkable transformation occurred when the cat returned from the vet to recuperate at home. Unexpectedly, Jack became fiercely protective of her. Although she was still recovering her ability to walk and remained weak, she found solace in basking in the sun. Each morning, Jack approached her, sniffing and licking her, as if ensuring her well-being. Day by day, her strength grew, and their relationship underwent a profound shift. From previously being indifferent, they became inseparable. The only time they were apart was when Jack ventured out to ensure the absence of any potential threats. Having saved her life, he now dedicated himself to caring for her and ensuring her safety. Their bond had blossomed into something truly special. Witnessing the cat and her heroic guardian together was a heartwarming sight. They had forged an unbreakable connection, a testament to their shared journey and the depth of their relationship. I hope you liked this video. Please share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.